Right, hello, SpeedGaming, and welcome to Game 2 of this big finals match in the Super Metroid multi-category randomizer tournament. You already hopefully saw Game 1. It was a doozy. And now we have round 2 here between Kipp and Ashter. And I think as you already heard, we're also going to have those week 6 settings, some of my favorite. That would be the chozo, the light area, and boss shuffle. So this is going to be pretty awesome. I am still here with, or Vincent is still man in the booth with me. How's it going?
Uh, I am looking forward to this Chozo. I like quite a bit because the runners have a little bit more of a streamlined path they take through this, and the light area. We know that with light area, the criteria entrances they're going to be shuffled around, but they're all the same criteria, and like they'll, it there are the exits to Red Tower. They'll be the same exits to Red Tower. The same Turian will be in a different location, but they'll all be the light area is quite a bit different than the full area we saw last time. A little bit easier for the players to route, so I feel like this one's going to be, depending on the difficulty they set up, this seed set up for progression, at least movement wise, will be quite a bit easier for the runners.
Yeah, definitely that light area. Easier to wrap your brain around when the areas are kind of connected to their vanilla connection, just maybe not exactly the same door that you would normally take. So yeah, very, very interesting. I feel like also an interesting pick from Ashter. Um, as I think you were I was shuffling things around, but I think you and Count were suggesting he would probably go something with more randomness, but this is probably one of, like you said, one of the more streamlined settings. So that is a little surprising to me as well.
Yeah, I would have kind of expected maybe a full countdown to come, not even necessarily Chozo, or maybe something like the full countdown vanilla area maybe is something that I thought we would see, but it's maybe this is something Asder's been practicing or working on more and feels super comfortable with. Although we will say the biggest difference we see right now is that Asder is a never moonfaller and Kipp is an always moonfaller.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of was thinking the same thing, that more randomness. I mean, I guess he was the higher seed, but versus Kipp, I don't know that I'd necessarily feel that comfortable in a straight up battle. So I would have expected a little more randomness in there too, but maybe this indicates that he does feel comfortable and is trying to take this series home in just 2 games.
And it's one of those things that maybe if he thinks he can get this win here and be comfortable with it, that it maybe this is a gamble, knowing that the next one will be totally random, and this option wouldn't be the game decider in game 3.
Yeah, true.
Because at this point, with the 2 seeds that have been chosen, of the remaining options, 3 of them are full countdown.
Yep. And this is a very interesting start, as Kip actually took mean route, less common in the light area, and is rewarded with a green Bryn Star. An excellent area for Chozo.
Yeah, this is big. Definitely helpful for Kipp early on here. We'll see how rewarded Kipp gets.
This is definitely what he needed to kind of start off game 2 here. Something a little more comfortable, I feel like. Game 1 not going his way, so happy to see it. No, we're not really supposed to root for either, but obviously we all want that game 3, so probably going to be a little bit in Kip's corner this match.
Regardless, I'm just hoping we have another great race. This last race
Yes.
on Asder finds screw attack at this statue. Um, you know, regardless, I hope for a great race. Last race, both players were in Turian at the same time. Showing that even though they had a just small route divergent, with just a couple of decisions that led to a big difference in the long, that 4-minute difference. they were still there together, and you know that says a lot about the quality of these two runners and what we've seen so far, the great movement that both of them are capable of. But yeah, I'm definitely on the same page as you. As I would not want to take Kipp in a straight heads up run. I mean, Ashter's another outstanding runner, but you know it's you know that a little bit of the randomness sometimes can negate any difference the runners have.
I mean, you even saw just there that reverse mock ball out of the early supers, making that look easy. And so far, Ashter not. I mean, screw attack is great, but not being super rewarded on this route. Um, Now Kipp hasn't hit it big either, but at least getting a lot of the screen print star then out of the way if there turns out not to be anything super great here.
So, for those of you that don't necessarily know what chozo means, what this means is that each of the major items to finish the game are going to be at these chozo statues. For example, this chart, what normally be charge beam, here's plasma beam. So it's the minimum number of missiles, supers, e-tanks, reserve tank, and then the our all of our items we see in the tracker, and then grapple and X-ray, which we've already seen azder grab X-ray. We know we're going to find plasma, so if the runners find charge pretty quickly along the way, that means they'll both have that microwave beam that can make short work of Dragon and Phantoon.
Yeah, unfortunately, Kipp has run into a big problem here. Got to that green door and did not have a super missile. And I mean, Ashter found the other way in here, which means, you know, he was probably on a great route if he had just found a super missile, and still not finding any super missiles. So, also probably means that as Ashter goes through here, he's not going to find any either, and have to circle back around. So I don't know if it's necessarily going to put anyone ahead or behind, but can't feel good. Oh, well, never mind. There's
Just
a
as we
super.
say that, you can see, you can see the reaction in Kipp as soon as he picked it up. Just oh well, there it is. Like, but
Yeah.
now, you know, and then these seats can do that. They can be stingy on giving you those, you know, those extra pieces of ammo early that you need to even just traverse where you're going.
Yeah.
Strategy wise, do you feel like the players tend to more believe they're gonna get charged than not during these?
To be honest, I actually think that Kipp has played more games than not planning to not get charged. Like, I feel like almost every race I've watched him in, he's picking up. I mean, he already has 30 missiles from the early areas where he could have maybe even just picked up half of those if he was banking on charge. So I actually think he goes ammo early, and hate to be critical, but maybe even a little too early. I don't know.
That
Um,
that's something
he,
he's talked about, is that he does
yeah,
like to, like when he's doing his early clears, either in full countdown or chozo, that he likes to grab a lot of the minor items along the way until he sees charge,
yeah.
and then he knows he can stop and just focus on the majors. But that's something that's built into Kip's strategy.
Yes, definitely. So I don't feel that watching him. I almost feel like he's almost never looking for charge, which you know he's in the finals. It's definitely worked out. Um, but yeah, I don't in Chozo. I think you are more likely to be looking for charge. So I would expect Azure to look for it a little bit more. I don't
I
know.
mean,
What do
it's
you
a,
think?
I mean, it's one of those things. Is it a huge time saver? Yes, but if you're naturally picking up the ammo on the run, then it's not as big of a deal. Are we going to see? We
Billy
are going to
Mays
see a Billy Mays check
in a Chozo.
in a
That's
chozo. Wow. Well,
Oh, Ashter didn't go down and get the super out of Edikuns, so he's still
oh,
looking for supers and still not finding it. That's actually really bad for him.
oh, there is charge beam for Kip. Speaking of
Yeah, this is
Ugh,
I
wow.
I was thinking it looked like it early, but I think this route is really paying off for Kip, even with the double back to get that super.
Yeah, and especially now, like now knows that he's got with that charge plasma has the ammo that at the very least the ammo he's going to need to finish. You know, we'll still want to try to find that ice beam and you know, wave would be great along the way too, just for the extra damage. But now gonna have now with this grapple, this check will be super easy. You know, even though both these runners are completely capable of the grappleless grapple check, something I've seen both of them execute at some point during this tournament.
I think that charge, that early charge, well, and now ice plasma,
Wow.
I
Okay.
think that basically just kills Ashter's strategy right here. Because if his strategy is Kip always picks up a lot of ammo, and in Chozo, I'm probably just gonna pick up charge. Like this completely, I mean not completely, but like this really hurts Ashter's chances. I feel like just these early pickups.
This is that's huge because now
Yeah,
you know Kip doesn't need to pick up, doesn't need really much else. Well, grab supers along the way.
yeah.
Done grabbing, you know, with 20 power bombs, doesn't need to grab any more power bombs. You know, again, we'll grab supers just because you know the Ridley fight and breaking the tube. Gonna need the minimum ammo for that. But wow, now
I
it's just a search for those suits.
yeah. And I was just gonna say right before Ashter checked Billy Mays that um, I actually feel like Chozo's one of the harder modes to check minors because you lose a lot of locations that have minors with majors, like say Norfair Reserve, that kind of thing. Um, but yeah, it's not really going to matter this much on this one with already having charge ice plasma, and we do actually get the logical super for Ashton. So now we know Gauntlet was logically supposed to be the first play for him.
But now, what does this do to the time? And oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well,
Well, I think we're
and
going
then
to
that
game.
happened.
And I don't want to jinx anything, but that's a very early various suit. We're 12 minutes in, and Chozo showing its Chozo-ness.
I mean, basically the full beams and Varia, and yeah, and again, I said this is Chozo leads to a little bit more streamlined route. We're getting exactly that. I
Yeah.
mean, Kipp is literally just a couple items away at this point from go mode. Like,
Now, the only problem with all of this early, uh, all the early god items here is Kipp is quite the competitor. You always hear him talk about planning for the whole match and all that. Um, so these items are not out of the way, and this could lead him to take, this is his tournament on the line right now. He might be taking a few more chances in this match than he normally would in a Chozo like this with these items early. So it's the only thing, we hope he's got to be careful with of going too fast too quickly, but this is a great start for him.
all right, and finds we found Kraid. Okay.
Yeah, and already having various suit, there's only really, there's really no bosses that would be a problem, that would be completely unbeatable because he has grapple too. So he,
I mean, just
I would probably
depends on
still
how
take a save, but
I would not want to necessarily do that that no high jump grapple escape, but that's definitely something in Kip's wheelhouse and something he can execute.
yeah, definitely.
Not something I would want to try.
Oh, I don't think I've ever managed to do that. But these are finals runners here, so I'm sure that if he had to, he could bust it out. But yeah, I mean, essentially with his route, he can beat any boss that's in here, and I wouldn't expect. I expect that save is more of a safety save than a reset save.
Completely agree. As we're about to see which boss this is, and looks like we've got Fantune, and this will be an easy kill for Kipp.
Yeah,
He'll miss not having that X-ray beam that Asder picked up because he cannot microwave here. But with his ammo, we'll make short work of that space ghost who's going to get mowed down here by Kipp.
yeah. And probably not on his mind, but I don't know. Without wave beam, I feel like I always miss Fantune anyways with this beam combo. So it's, doing the Dopplers might be more consistent, anyways.
Speaking of the runners and what they've been giving us today, make sure you go give them a follow.
Oh yes,
These are both two like they have earned their spot in this final. They are great runners. They're both have entertaining channels to watch. Go check them out. And while you're thinking about it, go ahead and give Sire and Stack, Stack who's tracking this one. We had D-Web tracking the last one. Give them a follow. They're big part of this tournament is also the crew that helps make it. Makes everything happen. The trackers are definitely the MVPs, and we're more than happy and being on comms and being able to watch these outstanding runners.
yeah. Huge shout out to the trackers. I've seen some tough races to track, and they're always on top of it. And definitely don't forget to follow Vincent. Some great comms in game one and throughout the whole tournament. So don't leave yourself out there.
There's just something about self promotion. I don't like doing it, but
I agree. I always leave myself out too. But one of these days when I start streaming again, maybe I'll actually throw my promotion in there 50% of the time or something. Ashter is actually he was a little bit back on track picking up charge beam, but is now hell running without farrier suit, which is a little unfortunate.
yeah, especially with how easy that suit was to find.
Yeah,
It's not that far off a path. And Kipp we just had the runner's high five here. This is comfortable for Kipp, and Kipp is looking at this E-tank is like, well, this is almost a bonus tank now.
yeah, and we have that high five with Ashter with no Varia, Kipp with Varia, and no ice versus ice. So quite a turn of the tables here in this game. Kipp getting a beautiful ice escape there. Barely even slow. I don't even know if he slowed down. That was just
This is
one of the best I've seen.
We're just we're watching just the quality of his movement make a huge difference here too. Like going back to that reverse mock ball escape and Green Bryn, just unreal.
Oh wow, and this is extra terrible for Ashter because there are so many E-tanks right here. This has got to be pushing him to think, well, there's no way Variant would be anywhere else with all these E-tanks. This is pushing a hell run. Logical chozos with E-tanks just laying around.
Well, especially the seed gave them a very, very comfortable amount of power bombs.
Yeah, this has gotta push Azure to do more hell runs, and that's just really unfortunate for him. What do you think? He's about to do some more hell runs as we see. Does pick? Do you think even if he finds gravity over here, do you think that even helps, or is it just?
I don't know, because Kipp is going the same direction at this point. So it's it's any advantage going this way might have been is completely mitigated. This is and love the that's a bonus that Asder was able to check and see there's some supers there with that X-ray, something Kipp I'm sure would like to having that charged plasma, but totally unnecessary. I don't know if he's going to be we know that space jump was back in criteria at 2:30. I don't know if we're going to see Kipp go back there until he's on his way to Turian.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know that, as we saw in the last match, I don't know that he's even going to need it. He still made it close, where Ashter picked up space jump and high jump and speed, and what did Kipp just have, speed?
Just speed, yeah, and was ended up 4 minutes behind, but that some of that was routing, where this time the routing is definitely in Kipp's favor.
Yeah.
Both runners are still going to pick up supers right now, but not much else in the minor item category is gonna get the snag.
Oof. And Kip's favorite item just again right out in right in his way.
Especially now that he's got this, knows he can go to lower Norfair. High jump boots makes lower Norfair quite a bit easier to traverse. Obviously, Ashter's got space jump, but no screw attack. Screw attack makes things a lot easier down there. But I bet you we're gonna see Kipp. Kipp, maybe go look for lower Norfair now.
I mean, yeah, I like I said, I hope he doesn't get baited into going too low percent. But I mean, this is basically go mode for him. I mean, obviously he wants gravity, but with high jump and grapple and everything, not sure that there's much holding him back. I would certainly like to see the lower Norfair play sooner rather than later. Picking up the other pathological supers.
Okay, so trying to think of what statues we haven't seen yet and where we're going to be looking for, but obviously there's going to be a couple in Meridia. We have the space jump location in Meridia. All the boss checks still.
Well, and because they already finished Fantoon, I mean, we have the whole wreck ship, which is kind of the do you don't you of this seat, I feel like.
I would feel like that's a desperation play.
Yeah.
You don't want to return to there.
And here Kipp runs into lower Norfair, so we are all systems go on the right hand side here.
Well, yeah, and now we know with high jump boots, the grapple escape is a breeze now. So everything is just setting up to be a lot easier here. An azder at this point, just with the checks that Kipp's already successfully got in, has ice, already has a Varia suit. Azder's doing these hell runs. It's more likely than not. It's gonna be he's gonna be hard pressed to catch up at this point.
Yeah, and we even saw Ashter do part of Norfair Reserve, which again is not a major in this mode. So just looking for minor items to kind of get him through these hell runs. Picked up another E-tank, probably further baiting him into thinking the hell runs were the right choice. So it's just it is a tough one here for Ashter. It looks like because Kipp clearly has a big lead, but I mean, Gravity Suit's still out there, and the game is not over yet, so just see what happens.
It's definitely not over, but it's gonna take something big at this point for Ashter to catch up.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well, and I was gonna say, none of the bosses left, none of the bosses left are gonna be a scary problem here. It's Ridley is a thing, but with this ammo and the charged plasma, it's gonna be short work for either one of them.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, is there a boss here in Lower Norfair that would benefit Ashter at this point? I mean, I guess nothing's really gonna slow Kipp down. Yeah, I mean, maybe Dragon would slow him down if he has. Oh no, he has high jump now for that grapple escape. Yeah, there's not really a boss that's even gonna slow Kipp down.
No, everything will be. He's clear to run through everything. That's not just the grapple, but with the high jump boots, it's a much easier escape from him.
Yeah. So now we just see what it is, and it is Ridley. Looks like Kipp's gonna save those 15 supers. It's always my strategy of not counting and just waiting till he gets red. Not quite the blazer of a fight you guys had in game 1, huh?
No, that was they had so many supers when they hit this fight. It was just gone.
Yeah.
Like, really had no shot. Oh, we got
Wow.
both players. All right, but Kipp still makes, you know, pretty short work of it here.
Yeah.
That again, that charged plasma with the ice is the extra damage. So all the shots. Oh, and there's space jump. Okay. Wow.
Yep. This round is coming up, Kip.
Yeah, yeah. Now we've got, you know. So here's the question: You're Kipp now. You've got all of this. You know how fast you can do Suitless Suitless Meridia. Do you do it?
This is the problem. This is the problem because Kip also knows that Ashter could be right here. Like, yeah, like I was saying, the items are not hidden. That various suit was maybe slightly off, but not only slightly. So I don't know. I feel like you have to do. And I think Kip will probably. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I think he will probably choose to go to the bottom of wreck ship first and maybe skip the top if he doesn't find Grav. But then again, I haven't been tracking the portals real well, so I'm not sure how that lines up.
I mean, I know he will be, just because of how the light area works. I think he'll find Meridia a lot faster than wreck ship. So
You think
I
he's
don't
just gonna go?
I think he's gonna go.
Okay. I mean, I could very well see that. Like, he doesn't really have time. He's in his kind of go mode, and he doesn't really have time to search for everything. So I could definitely see that. I almost hope that he doesn't, because a suitless could really turn the tide if Ashter stumbles into gravity suit here. Sooner rather than later. But yeah, that's. I mean, we'll see shortly. I certainly would like to see it. Always love to see some suitless, especially when it's done well. Not necessarily when I get a seed with it, but when Kipp or Ashter are handling some suitless, it's always nice to see.
I've definitely seen some of that in these where the runners just make it look almost as fast as if they had gravity, and it's unreal just how they're able to traverse those areas so easily and make it look like they're just taking out the garbage. Oh,
Yeah.
are we gonna see? Oh,
This isn't a bad play. He knows he has to kind of have an idea of where this portal comes out, which I think is actually rock. I might be wrong on that, but gravity could still be over here. It's a chozo at the screw attack item, so
it's not something I expected to see. Reverse acid dive was not on my thoughts or roster in that moment. So
I think the biggest problem for Kipp is that he ended up having to take that crystal flash, which kind of depleted his super ammo. With the green gate glitch coming up, yeah, he's gonna check out a minor item here to see if he can get a pack of supers,
and Mickey Mouse provides super pack right away.
and that's just the way Kipp's race is going in this round here. He needs a super pack. Oh, there it is. You want some charged plasma? Go for it. No problem.
This race for Kipp has been ask and thee shall receive.
Yeah. That is a very heads-up play, though, because he did have to take the crystal flash. So, definitely. Oh, that's not good. Okay, he made it up. Yeah, that was a little scary. Those big furry like side hopper things do a lot of damage, and he was stuck.
They're a little terrifying, which is why having that space jump is a lot more comfortable. Kipp did not, or sorry, the screw attack. Kipp did not get that.
Yeah, and that's.
There it is.
Wow. That was close.
I got a little nerve-wracking, but Kipp does pull it off. Another time with the screw attack would be nice.
And clearly did need that super pack.
Woof. Okay.
All right, if it's gravity, it's speed. That's That's still
Okay,
big. I don't, that's not as big as gravity, but
that's still
that's still
big.
worth it for sure because the portals are going to line up okay coming out. So
Well, that just makes it, your escape from Turian that much easier.
yeah,
Everything becomes easier with that.
yeah,
So while we're moving forward, do want to, those of you that didn't see it or didn't know the result, congrats to Nevdi on the bronze match win over Simo.
yeah. That was a great match.
Nevdi had been completely in control. The first losses Nevdi took in the entire tournament didn't come until the playoffs, which is pretty insane.
Yeah,
Um, so that was a great run. So congrats to Nevdi on that. Congrats, these top four in general put on an amazing show getting to this point. So it's been definitely a blast of a tournament to watch.
yeah, definitely. And that Nevdi Simo match was quite good. Went to game 3 as well if you didn't catch. So got some watching to catch up on if you didn't. But
That one I'm gonna
um,
have to go back and watch. I was watching. I was at a I was at a baseball game that night. I am a sports fan, so that was unfortunately I watched my team get destroyed that night.
which one are you?
I am a south side of Chicago White Sox
Okay,
fan all the way.
okay, we're okay then. I was at the World Series where the Cubs beat the Indians, so I'm still pretty salty about the Cubs.
I we're though we're fighting each other for a division right now.
Yeah,
I was sad when you guys let that one go because then I had to listen to Cubs fans.
yeah, I had to listen to him too that day. It was pretty annoying. But back to Metroid. Now for my regularly scheduled programming here. Ashter actually is making the right ship play. So still having both suits out in the wind. Gonna take a gamble on this, and could
Spring
say
ball.
rewarded, but definitely not what he needs right now.
No, this is that's definitely not what we're looking for. I mean, the only thing about worse than that to find right now would be a reserve tank. Like that's we're definitely not looking for those things. I do love the spring ball. Don't get me wrong, and it leaves
Yeah,
some of my favorite strats in the game, like the spring ball baby skip. Using spring ball to traverse through water, through Suitless Meridia, but yeah, definitely not what Azder's looking for at this point. Not paying off. Looks like looks like Azder's going with a full wreck ship clear here.
yeah, yeah. And this is actually, I mean, this is kind of the only thing that would keep him in the game is if gravity were at top of wreck ship. Because I mean, I don't see Kipp. Well, I don't know. Kipp's. I'm not exactly sure where Kipp's heading at the moment because he didn't go to Croc. But so he might be heading to wreck ship. But in any case, I don't think at this point he would full clear, like you said. I would guess he would go Meridia before full clear, but we shall see.
Yeah, I did not expect to see Kipp here.
Yeah.
Not at this time. So this means Kipp will check 230 missiles. Nope. Gonna skip right over it. I will.
Yeah, it can't be a suit, so
No,
I
I
mean,
think he's just going for.
it's like a 1 in 2, or not a 1 in 2. It's like a very small percent chance that it's anything he wants, like wave. That would be like the only thing that he would want, I feel like.
Yeah, because even screw attack is not needed at all right now.
Yeah. He has
Well,
Torian, which less important in the full area, but good to mark it down.
yeah. I mean that's the nice thing about light area is that Turian has to be a criteria location.
Yep.
Let's see how this chozo statue back here. Let's see how it turns out for Azder. It is
Wave.
wave beam. Oh, that is like That may as well have been a reserve tank. Like,
Yeah. Yeah,
oh,
I mean, I like Wave Beam as much as the next guy, but yeah, this is a disaster for Ashter at the moment, and I mean that either means that Suitless can't be required in Chozos, so I mean it either means that Kip's going to run into the suit, or it's going to be easily available for both of them. Um, I think that also does that mean it has to be at Croc, or is there somewhere else that I'm missing?
uh, someone asked, yeah, Power Bombs the location for Varia.
Yes. Yeah.
Croc or yeah, I don't know
think.
where else
Yeah, I think
of the
Croc or
logical locations. Croc or Kraid.
yeah, I guess Kraid if he's in the wreck ship, and yeah, because you can't have Sulis. So I guess Kip could potentially still run into it here with it being Kraid at wreck ship, and then he just runs into gravity, and then he just feels amazing, and Ashter feels sad all day. Like this would be this
Well,
would be an insane race.
and this race, like, so Asder, like, movement's been phenomenal as expected. You know, from oh, look at this, we're almost synced up for a second there,
Yeah,
but Asder's movement has been phenomenal, and but we're seeing just the routing difference. Everything has come up Millhouse for Kipp,
yeah.
where everything has it's just been all over Asder and
And
nothing has worked. I know it is
it
great.
is great. If gravity's here, I mean that would make sense. I mean they also had charge beam on Chozo, so I mean Croc is still an option, but yeah, if it's gravity here, that's the nail in the coffin because
So,
that's gonna bait Ashter hard into Meridia.
so the only thing we don't know the location of currently is Spazer, bombs, and gravity.
Yeah, and we're probably about to find one of them here, and it's not likely to be anything else. Oh,
Oh,
never
it's the
mind.
trash.
Okay,
It's the trash can.
and
Oh,
Ashter picks it up. I
that's
I,
just garbage.
I don't
Like,
know what that. I don't know what the thought there is. I guess,
I almost wonder if that's just a frustration grab. Like,
yeah. Like, obviously, this is over. I'm just gonna pick up all the items. I don't know.
I think we're gonna see Asder with some like just angry kills soon and
From Ashter's point
unnecessarily
of
killing
view,
things.
yeah, yeah, seriously. From Ashter's point of view, do you think he forgot about Alpha PBs? Because I feel like he should have been able to check it when he
I
went back to criteria.
Yeah, I don't know, and that's obviously
Yeah.
a huge defining factor right now. You know, Kipp knows that it's Meridia time, so where is that? Where is gravity now? Is gravity in its gravity could be in its vanilla location?
Well, yeah, I mean, for Kip, he thinks it could be. That's why he's going up here. But
Right, that's right. It was
um,
just a wait. It's just wave.
yeah, so it's gravity is actually at Croc, I believe. Um, and then that basically, oh, that's a unfortunate spark. Yeah, and that basically means that Kip will know. I think Kip will know that gravity is very likely going to be at Croc after he makes this check. I just, like you said, I don't know if he's just going to at that point just do Meridia or not. Looks like Ashter's making that choice.
This is the one time I've seen Spring Ball really. You know, the Spring Ball just came into use there for Kipp, for just regular movement. And Astor did it too.
Yeah.
I do like I do like seeing Spring Ball used.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, and Ashter gets pulled in the sand pit. I don't think that's intentional. I'm not sure. Well, actually, I'm not sure where he's going, so it could have been. But in any case, yeah, and Ashter here in Meridia without grapple beam as well. This is
rough.
this could be full tilt mode, to be honest. Because yeah, he's trying to get. Yeah, that was an accidental grab too. So This
Yeah,
is just
that's a
really
big
not
time
going his
loss.
way.
Yep.
This right here is not going to make Kipp feel good because
No,
this is
no.
the most out of the way thing he's checked, and it's not. Yeah, there's his face, and it's not
Oh,
what he's looking for.
no, this is not the droid you're looking for. Not at all right now. But hey, you know what? On the positive, it's a full beam combo now. So there's that, I
Yeah.
guess.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like,
He can't, especially after how. I mean, to be honest, like how far ahead Ashter was in game one. Like it's very possible that Ashter got Varia, went to Croc, got gravity, and then just went home. So I feel like Kip probably feels behind at this point, but you never know. Maybe he's still confident about it.
yeah, I think we're gonna. I mean, Kip at this point really doesn't have much of a choice but to go go for Suitless Meridia here. So I
Yeah,
think
I
we're gonna see
mean,
it,
I yeah,
and that also means that Dre is vanilla.
yep, yeah. So they're gonna have to. Oh, but he did have pick up spring ball, so he'll have an easier time getting out.
Well, and he has grapple and high jump boots.
Yeah, yeah. I meant for
So either way,
the
for
room.
Ashter, yeah.
Yeah, the room out. Like sometimes you get bailed out because you drag on somewhere else. You don't have to do like the crystal flash or the shine spark stuff. But this is, with vanilla Dragon, you gotta get out of Dragon's room and the next room. So yeah, and Ashter, I saw him. I think it was him. I saw him do this the other day. This like double spring wall jump. Some really impressive stuff. Like movement wise, some of the hardest tricks in the game here with that double spring ball jump. I feel like, but yeah, just kind of not gonna gain any time doing this because now Kip's doing it too.
Again, the same issue. Like,
Yeah.
the Ashter's making these plays, but then Kipp is right behind him, so it's it becomes a moot point.
Yeah. Oh, Ashter, he does get bailed out here a little bit, in that he found the top of red tower.
So
I
we'll
don't know if
finally
that's
get
what he was
this.
looking for, but gonna pick this up and probably head straight down, I assume.
Bobby can't feel good about this.
No, not at 42 minutes versus Kipp. This is you've made the wrong choice in mode right now.
Azder with zero reaction to that, which is a little surprising. Just totally
Yeah.
stone faced.
I think we saw some reactions earlier. It might just be confirming what he already knew.
Kept going for this grapple climb on the third attempt, gets there. All right.
Yeah, in the playoffs, in a chozo seed, we're gonna get Suitless Meridia out of Kipp. So strap in, folks. I mean, you never know what's gonna happen.
I gotta agree with Nevdi here. Likely both runners are just watching in that race room right now for that dot done.
Yeah, because if either of them had gone Croc, I mean, this would it would probably be over in maybe like 7 or 8 more minutes. But yeah, it would be near as makes no difference. Just waiting for the dot done.
Yeah, this has definitely been a kind of jetty seed for them to get through. Other than just missing the last suit, like the fact that the beams, the charge and plasma showed up pretty quick, and Varia was there for the taking early. Made Kipp's routing and decisions Kipp's routing decisions looked almost perfect all the way through. So went very well for him. Asder's unfortunately did not go as well, and it's both races have essentially been the same tale. A little bit better routing by Ashter in game 1. A little bit better routing in Kipp so far. Well, a lot better routing for Kipp. Just the way the items turned out. It's not even necessarily that Ashter made poor choices. It's the way the seed played out.
Yep. Oh, and Ashter not gonna do Croc. I guess he does have so many locations left that that's not in his mind as where gravity can be. I was actually just about to ask you, what if Ashter does Croc and gets gravity right now? Does he have a chance? But I think with that nope out of Croc, it's pretty much Kipp's race to lose right now.
Well, and at this point, Kipp is already here to Dragon.
Yeah.
You know, gonna go make short work of Dragon with any number of combinations of options, but probably just gonna go for that grapple kill with, you know, not without having gravity suit, is probably just gonna go for the grapple kill. It'll be nice and easy.
Yeah, not having a lot of supers either, so grapple kill makes the most sense.
So once Kipp finishes this, it's as simple as exit out of Dragon's room, head on to Turian, which he already knows the location of, and go finish.
Oh, actually, Kipp getting grabbed a little early there. Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of energy to have Dragon take him on a long journey there. This is okay. He's got it well in hand, but it took a few bodied hits there. Clearly calculated by him, but I was getting nervous. I don't know about you, Vince.
little bit. You know, yeah. Sometimes things would be a little bit scary. This makes me, you know, you got to have enough energy to get out here. But never mind. Just sorry. It's Kipp.
First try. Probably could back it up with a double spring ball jump or do it a crystal flash and whatever. But yeah, first try, no problem.
Is gonna have to go a second time in the spring ball jump. Those can be a little bit more difficult. Just that timing and making sure you hit the pause buffer while you're still in vertical motion.
Yeah, this seed, ironically, with Chozo's not requiring Suitless Meridia, this seed definitely laid out the suitless items very early for Kipp. Like, it was probably an option in his mind from very early on, even though it was a Chozo.
Yeah, and I think the decision to go to Rick's ship is, I'm gonna have to, regardless what happens, I have to go here anyway. I can do a couple of quick checks. I'm gonna check the attic, knock out the boss there. Meridia won't be, and if I find gravity, Meridia will be much faster. If I don't, well, then I'm going suitless, which is where we are, because Croc is very likely holding that suit and making it a non-find in this seed.
Yeah, definitely. And even with suitless, I mean, he's still gonna have a pretty quick time. Obviously in the finals, probably not confident in what knowing gravity's out there, probably not super confident that he's in the lead, but I mean, he's probably still going to finish under an hour, which is always super impressive with the Suitless Meridia in there.
Yeah, it's a testament to his outstanding movement. We've seen the Suitless Meridia just traverse perfectly all the way through. Kipp's had no issues with this at all. He's made it look easy. He's made it look like it's just the way you're meant to play this game.
Every time I see him do this, I'm like, oh, I should try this. And then I quit about 10 minutes in after getting nowhere. So I'd definitely like to see this because of the game 3, which is especially good in rando because you get a random choice of what mode is going to be picked.
And of those modes, we've already had the week 6, the chozo light area and boss shuffle.
Yep.
We had the major minor with a full area with no boss shuffle.
Okay.
So we've had week 5 and 6. That means we've got, out of the 5 options left, 3 of them are full countdown.
Yeah. Could be going the distance with those full countdowns.
And then we have major minor light area, and chozo vanilla.
I think that
So
what you just pointed out, though, I think definitely shows, something about these two runners, in that they're pretty confident in their skills because, I don't know about everyone, but a lot of times you see full countdown picked when you think you might be an underdog, and neither of them picking a full countdown, neither thinking that they're the underdog in this match. So, very interesting there, I think.
for me, I'm hoping we get a week 4 or 7.
Or 7.
4 is full countdown random area with a vanilla, and 7 is the random everything. Actually, 7 I think is the pick I'd really love to see, just because it's random. Yes.
This is game 3 of the randomizer tournament finals. I mean, I think 7 would just be amazing.
that to me, honestly, like the weeks are great. That was my favorite week just because of how incredibly random everything was. And as random as everything was, the number of finishes that were within a couple of minutes of each other, or both players were in Turian together, was incredible. And it was outstanding. It was amazing to watch. And the players just, they showed their ability to absolutely destroy those full countdown seeds. So
yeah, it definitely surprised. I mean, was it something like 80 runners or something like that? And it definitely surprised me how many just destroyed these full countdown full areas, like really having good understanding and great routing and just great game knowledge. Like, yeah, it felt like there was a good class of runners in this tournament. So shout out to all the runners that were in the tournament. Like you said, we saw so many great races within a minute or two finish of each other. That it was a great season, especially with football being in the off season. It was great to watch.
I'm in the same boat, except my team is gonna suck this year. These two are where they are because of how consistent they ran all the way through, and just in something that can be so difficult because it is so random, for them to be here, it says a lot about their about how tenacious they are, how how skillful they are in their movement, and how well suited to plotting through these that these players are. They make it look easy. And when the routing pays off like it does, look at this. Kipp is going to be done in in an absolutely incredible time.
I was a little surprised about those Metroid rooms. I don't know. Like, I've seen a few matches of Kipp, and I know that he can do those way faster. But he seemed to be conserving his super ammo, which with the full beam combo, not exactly sure what that was about, but
yeah, a little surprising there.
Yeah. So I mean, at the end of a seed like this, I don't know. I think I would have expected to see a blazing Kipp, not a cautious one.
Well, I think maybe Kipp hasn't seen that dot done coming from azder. Is obviously not going to see it. Azder is in Croc, so we'll likely get this.
Yeah, and this, oh, sorry, go ahead. Were you?
Well, so we'll likely find gravity, but it's not going to be enough, obviously, as Kipp is, executing the Zeb skip and head to Mother Brain, and is definitely, well, barring something horrible, is going to take this second race down and tie up the series.
Yeah, and I almost think this is like one of the worst things that could happen for Ashter because he's probably going to get the gravity suit and then immediately see the dots on, and that never feels good when you're like, you get your last suit and then the other person is just done with the game right away, or even before. I mean, he's probably going to get it first, but like, this is a long series. You know, we're going to go into game 3. Probably the odds are have a full countdown, and so 3 hours plus in. You know, this could be a little demoralizing. Hope that he can bounce back in game 3 and give us a strong race. And there it is. So we did get to see one of the players get a gravity suit.
Yep. Unfortunately, just is not going to matter.
Yeah.
You know, I wonder if someone had made the croc play earlier, if Azder had found croc earlier and made that play, would it have made up for some of the other differences? But I don't know, because that's still he's still got to make a full trip through Meridia.
Yeah, I mean, as good as Kipp was at the Suitless, it probably wouldn't have mattered, but it would have been the only thing to catch him up.
Yeah, well, and I mean, because honestly, this is probably over a 10-minute difference in time. That's going to end up being,
yeah,
for Ashter's finish.
Probably maybe 15, because he still has all of Meridia and has to get back to Torian. It's kind of, they're not really that close in this layout, I think.
Yeah, and we know Ashter does not watch the room during races, so we'll not even know when Kipp is done. And Kipp's already into that Mother Brain 3 portion, got that rainbow beam, just destroying her face with those beams. Don't you kill my baby. Take this.
And with all the movement items, we'll have a quick escape. And we'll be on to game 3.
I can't remember if Kipp does the Behe skip or the right side. Oh, never mind. He does the right side skip. He does not do the Behe skip.
Yeah, I think he does right side diagonal.
So this final game is the battle between the always moonfaller and the never moonfaller. Oh, never mind. He does the Behe right here. All right, the Behe spark, not skip. Sorry.
Yeah, he always does
Thank
that.
you, chat.
No one.
Chat, the third comms, another important part. I mean, honestly, chat's a huge part of this, and we see Kipp out onto the surface and is gonna finish with an official race time GG of 57:51. Congrats to Kipp for winning game 2.
Yeah, definitely GG. That's got to put some steam back in his sails or some wind back in his sails after that game 1 loss, and we're going to game 3. Definitely stick around on SpeedGaming, because this is game 3, winner take all of the Super Metroid Randomizer tournament coming up. It's going to be awesome.
All the marbles, all the bragging rights, and that RGB modded Super Nintendo. Just this is gonna be, you know, regardless of what format it's going to be for that last race, it's going to be outstanding to watch.
And
Really, really looking forward.
to be honest, quite a bit of cash on the line too this year. Big cash prize as well, which is awesome. So
Uh,
definitely hope to see both racers going all out in game three.
yeah, there's quite a few people who donated. I know I chipped in some because
Yeah,
I appreciate what these runners do and felt like, I've got the extra. I want to reward them for all the work they put in to train to run these races, and the entertainment that I see out of them. To me, it's worth it. And because I do.
yeah. I mean, and kind of add on to it. I mean, I actually felt a lot, especially this season. We had so many races, so many runners. I mean, we just had a lot of good entertainment value out of it too. It's like if you're gonna pay $10 a month for 5 months of good rando racing, like chip in $50. So um, I was certainly happy to uh, bump that up slightly and give them something to go for.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it has been. I've watched these before. I did comms on one of the 100% races back in the day. That was amazing. But honestly, this rando tournament's probably been one of the most fun tournaments I've seen in a long time.
Yeah,
The quality of the runners is so good this season. It's been amazing.
yeah, totally agree. And I definitely hope that we get another one of these soon because this one was really super fun. It does look like we're going to see Ashter finish out the game here for a little bit. As
Yeah,
we
that's
mentioned,
just
probably a good 10 minutes still behind at this point. So for the next race, you're looking at probably at least 20 minutes till game three. If you need to grab a snack, make some popcorn, it's going to be a good one.
yeah, and I know you're going to be on the call for that final. I'm
Yeah,
excited for you. I've got my fantasy football draft coming up after this, so unfortunately, I got to dip out. That means I'm going to have to watch. I'm going to have to watch the results later, and that's going to kill me. I'm gonna because not only am I in the draft, I'm one of the I'm the co-commissioner, so I'm gonna be running our first 4 rounds because we're doing an auction draft to start off with. So got a lot of work to do in that one. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to close the browsers and pay attention to that. But really, really, really looking forward to watching that VOD back later, and I'm looking forward to hearing you and Crazed Gamer on the call for that one.
yeah, definitely. Certainly looking forward to it as well. Yeah, I always love a game three, especially here in the finals. There's nothing better. So yeah, appreciate. If you don't want to hear the result early, you have to uninstall Discord for a little while.
That's gonna be rough for sure. I'm gonna have to mute all the notifications and come back in later.
Yeah,
I'm, I really, while we're waiting for Asder to finish, I just want to say that I've had an absolute blast. I want to thank all the organizers for putting together an outstanding series. The work of Tracy and Kipp and everyone else behind the scenes, and I want to especially call out Tracy. Tracy has to deal with all of us setting up all the comms, all the tracking. She is really one of the unsung heroes of making all this happen. And for sometimes for her, it's got to be like her trying to herd cats, getting people to make sure they volunteer on time and are ready to go for that everything's ready to go for these comms. And this has been, think of the number of races that have happened through these. There's been 40 plus races in all those weeks. So many things to get covered on commentary, and Tracy's had to worry about all of that. I don't envy her. I had a couple of chats with her about a couple of things, and I was like, it's unreal what you have to do to make all this happen. But that's a big part of this. There's a lot of volunteers behind the scenes, all the SpeedGaming channel people that make a big part of this, make this happen. It's no small feat. So I really want to thank all of them for making this happen. All the commentary team, you guys have done a lot of work. It's been a blast to work with those who I've worked with and had the been able to hear. It's been amazing. And then there's the real MVPs, those trackers got stacked behind us this game. Have D-Web in the first one. I'm not sure if they're gonna work together on the next one or who's gonna do the tracking in the next game, but they're a huge part of these randomizers. So definitely give them a follow. Find Tracy M too. Tracy does stream. Give Tracy a follow.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to second that with Tracy too, because especially this season, I oftentimes couldn't really schedule ahead of time, except for maybe like a playoff match like this. So I would always be jumping in last minute and probably hassling her to, not hassling her, but like creating a hassle where she would have to find a room and put everything together last minute. So definitely appreciate her efforts and making that happen.
Whoever gets tracking in the next one, I really hope they get that full countdown. I had to do a couple of those. Let me tell you, tracking a full countdown can be a nightmare.
Yeah.
Because if a player has to reset to a save point and you didn't, write down or screenshot what they had at that point, it can be extremely difficult to track back and reset that. But we've had some, the trackers who've been taking care of this, especially those full countdowns. They've done a phenomenal job.
Well, and I saw one tracker who figured it out on, what was it? I think it was maybe it was the last week, but because the area rando has the rolling saves too, and somebody went back like 2 saves and save reset, so it like lost items and passed the last save, and they figured it out. So yeah, the trackers are heroes.
So Azder is going to finish this up, but well,
are you seeing?
Yeah, I'm
should
seeing
we announce it now, or should we wait till maybe we should wait till he finishes this one on stream?
Yeah, we'll wait until it finishes there. We know what our race is going to be. We know what the flags are going to be. So we'll let you know as soon as possible. Once we see Azder finish this. Looks like D-Web.
We already let the cat out of the bag.
So, all right. Yeah. So yeah, we are getting
the dream.
The fitting ending to this tournament, week 7. Just the full kitchen sink of randomized start, full area rando, full countdown, and boss shuffle. Like, couldn't ask for a better setup. And I can tell you, it wasn't scripted. This was done through variants. You saw it pick week 7. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. I don't know how I'll be able to keep track of everything, but hopefully we'll just see a really good close race, and it won't matter if I don't know where they are.
Luckily, you don't have to, because we have the trackers that'll take care of you.
I gotta know with the area rando. When it goes full with like area with random start, I just like, there's somewhere. This looks like Super Metroid.
Oh man, this is phenomenal.
Cancel your draft, man. It's time. You can't.
If I wasn't the co-commissioner, I would so do it. Do you know how hard the next few hours is going to be for me not being able to watch this? Oh man, I'm so envious of all of you in chat and everyone that's going to be able to watch this live. This is killing me that I have to step away from this but
Gotcha.
And this draft wasn't supposed to be until next week, so I'm gonna have to blame the one guy that couldn't make it next week.
He gets last pick.
Actually, ironically, he is last pick.
Nice.
And I'm deserved. And I'm the number 1 pick, so. And that was randomized today. We randomized it 7 times, and I ended up with first pick. So, all right, Azder is climbing up onto the surface here, about to finish this run. Finished with an official race time GG of 109.05.
Which is still a good time. For one of these chozos, it's not great, but obviously that's still a pretty fast time. So
Yeah, I mean,
uh,
against the top runners, I think in
yeah,
Chozo you have to run around an hour and close to
yeah,
an hour as possible. For any of the like that's the time that might beat some of the other players. Like some of the players that don't have the level of movement of a Kipp, but definitely not gonna, as we saw here, not gonna take down a Kipp.
yeah,
That
yeah. And
routing,
so, oh yeah, go. Sorry.
sorry, that routing definitely hurt Azder. Not
Yeah,
find, not finding a Varia suit until way too late, but still a great run. For what Asder saw of the seed, made the best of it that he could. A lot of other runners, I think, would have definitely added time. I know for me, that probably would have been an hour and a half plus seed.
depends on if I try to do that suitless or not. If I try to do the suitless, it's a forfeit. If I go and get gravity, it's a maybe hour and a half.
All right. Well, runners
Yeah,
are hanging out in the next race room. Um,
yeah.
so
We
it's
are
going to
going to take
be
a little break probably here before matches, but tell everyone we've got game 3 blasted Twitter, Twitch, Discord, whatever.
call
Come
your
watch game
friends,
3 in like 10 minutes and we're going to have a good one.
call your friends, call your daughters, call everyone. Let them know that Asder and Kipp in game 3, full countdown, area randomizer, full area rando, or random start, random bosses.
Big
Could not
random
ask,
finish.
could not ask for a better finish. Week 7. Again, want to thank organizers for all of this, the runners for the great races, all the commentators I work with, and Stack for tracking and all the other trackers. It's been an absolute blast for me. This through this entire tournament. I'm looking forward to the next time that one of these multi-categories come around, and I'm hoping to hop in some of these other events. Again, while you guys are thinking about it, give these runners a follow, and you know what? I am going to do it. I run Final Fantasy VI randomizers, and I'm learning Super Metroid randomizer. So if you want to give me a follow, definitely give Sire a follow, give Stack a follow, give DWeb a follow. Come support all these people, and we will have have a great time with us. I've had a great time through this entire tournament. Stick around for round 3. Sire, do you have anything else before heading to round 3?
It was a pleasure to catch you on comms as well, and I'm glad you were able to sneak this in. But yeah, I'm going to be here for game 3, so definitely come on back and see the big finish, and hopefully we'll even get an interview too out of these fantastic runners. So just don't go anywhere. Pop some popcorn, get some drinks, and let's do it.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to watching that game 3 on the VOD. I envy all of you that get to watch this live. I'm gonna go bid on Christian McCaffrey and see how my season goes. Thank you guys, and I will see you next mission.